Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
Yes, we got Brad Feller over here. He's the B to the BS show. I'm Sean Wright. I'm the S. This is the BS show sponsored by Century 21 Wright Realty. And we are live at over 30 different websites all across the intersphere. But if you want to comment, go to the Century 21 Wright Realty Facebook page to comment. If you're on the IG Live, we post you up late, but comment nevertheless, and we'll get to you and we'll answer your comments. But other than that, you can find us everywhere, wherever you are, we're there. And we'll see you live on Century 21 Wright Realty Facebook page for the comments. We got a big bunch of weekend stuff. We got National Pot Pie Day. National Pot Pie.
That's a good day.
Pot pies are fabulous, especially if you're from the South. If you want a good pot pie, I strongly suggest the KFC pot pie. It's pretty good.
It is good. A good size. That crust is excellent.
They've got like a $5 pot pie. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's like my baby food for like all throughout growing up as a baby.
Well, it has the peas and carrots in it. So
yeah.
There you go. Good stuff. So National Pot Pie Day. What else? There's usually more than one national day.
Well, there's like several other national days that were divisive, and we're not doing anything divisive on this show. So,
food brings everybody
together. I mean, the only argument you can have with pot pies is what's the meat that goes in them.
Yes.
Chicken, beef, turkey.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Beef is shepherd's pie, then, isn't it?
Sure. Bring it on.
Sure. I think shepherd's pie is a little different. It has mashed potatoes or something in it. Yeah, so
a little different.
There is a beef pot pie that doesn't have the mashed potatoes. Okay. Shepherd's pie is a little different being. But the chicken pot pie at KFC is fantastic.
Yeah. Beef would be my last meat of choice for a pot pie.
Yeah.
You know.
Depends on the gravy.
Well, it's got beef stock in it instead of chicken or turkey stock.
Exactly.
Now, have you had a shrimp pot pie?
No, that sounds delicious.
So that
sounds like it's from Louisiana too.
Whatever kind of meat you have, they can put in a pot pie. Which, hey, like I said, this is fantastic. All right. So, what'd you do for the weekend, Brad?
Well, watched a little bit of football. Made some big plans for an event coming up soon, and
you have a big event coming up soon, life-changing event.
Yeah, I'm calling it the Taco Fest.
The Taco Fest.
We're at a taco bar.
All right, fantastic.
But yeah, and I open house Sunday. Had a couple of good clients come by, but all in all, it wasn't very eventful, but it was good. Made it through, so no complaints. What about you?
I watched football both days. I've determined that my football teams are cursed, so when I outwardly support my football teams, they get destroyed. So I'm now an Alabama fan.
There you go. Yeah. Drake it up.
Please, if that's the case, keep being an Alabama fan. Then.
But
Put Alabama on the cover of Madden NFL.
Yeah, and New England and the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to pull for Alabama and the New England Patriots because everybody I'm pulling for is terrible.
Yeah.
So
is it bandwagon if everybody's doing it?
Yeah. So no, I'm not really going to pull for Alabama. That would never come out of my mouth or my soul. It just can't happen. But let me get to the topic at hand because this has been discussed all weekend long. I've been on the phone constantly about this topic. UT fans, calm down. Speaking to you, calm down. It's not as bad as it looks. UT is playing 66 freshmen or sophomores. More than anybody else in the country. They've got 18 freshmen or sophomores that are playing significant snaps. It's okay. You can look at the guys that Pruitt brought in, and they are ballers. It's these weak butch players that have no leadership, that quit anytime there's any adversity. They're the ones that are to blame for all of this. As soon as Garantano threw that interception that went off Jennings' hands, that game was over Saturday. And it would have been 7-7 if he would have caught it. But instead, the game was over because all of those upperclassmen, instead of being leaders and leading the younger guys, they quit. It was over.
Yeah, you can tell.
The body language, everything. It didn't matter. At halftime, Tennessee should have been up 17 to 14. And if you're up 17-14 at halftime, the game totally changes.
Right.
Garantano is not a quarterback. He may be the best quarterback on the he may have given you the best chance to win so far, but going forward, he's not the quarterback. Guys, it takes 3 to 4 years to build a culture. The culture at Tennessee has been ruined the past 10 years with constant staff changes, with constant head coaching changes, with a coach last time that was literally abusing his players. It's going to take time for these players that Pruitt's brought in to gain leadership, to take over the locker room, and be able to where they can withstand adversity. You got to build the culture back.
Yeah, and the winning culture can be tough to build.
Right.
When you're not
winning.
Yeah.
All those upperclassmen have ever known is losing. It's all they've ever known. You've got to get these younger guys that are playing with passion, that are bought into Pruitt's system, Chaney's system, and Ansley's system. The coaching staff's there. The game plans are there. I mean, you can see it. Tennessee's defense played well. You can't help when you turn the ball over 4 times.
Right, yeah.
You can't help that you've got a
4 times in the first half, wasn't it?
No, 4 times overall.
3 in the first half.
You can't help that you've got a free safety that's a senior that should know how to play safety that can only play in cover 2. And he can't disguise the cover 2. You're stuck. So you got an open spot on the field to throw the ball to. There's nothing you can disguise there.
Yeah.
His dad is an All-American at that school. He was a Pro Bowler in the NFL for the Chiefs. He's not his dad. Right. He's not Del Carter.
Yep.
You've got a quarterback that can't throw from here to JJ, and JJ's 6 foot away from me. If you see that end zone camera of the shot he threw that was nowhere close to Dominic Wood-Anderson, that shows right there why he's not a college quarterback. That guy was by himself. That was a touchdown. You got to, these Tennessee fans, calm down. I understand. I've been a lifelong Tennessee fan. I've lived through the past 10 years, and I grew up not knowing anything but Tennessee dominance. Yeah. When I was born, by the time you figure I was of age, 5, 6 years old, paying attention, Johnny Majors was winning SEC championships. Then we went to the dominance in the 90s. That's all I knew growing up. We're going through a rough spot, but the coach that we have now is right. You can see the players he's brought in. You can see the system he's doing. He's got it set up correctly. And I know we don't want to hear any more growing pains, but if you thought we were winning 7, 8, 9 ball games this year, you're the problem. We weren't winning that many games this year. You could literally look at the schedule and say, loss, 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 loss. Now, should we have beat Georgia State? Yes. That's a bad loss.
It was embarrassing.
BYU's a toss-up game. It could have gone either way. You take that one Alontae Taylor busted play, Tennessee wins that ball game. So we could easily be 3-0 right now. Easily. Or we could easily be 0-3. And I'm not counting the Chattanooga game because, I mean, that's basically playing a high school game. So you get that win. But you could easily be 4-0 just as much as you could be 1-3 right now. Just the way the ball drops. Give the guy a chance to get 3 or 4 of his recruiting, his players in to really see what this guy can do. Because he's still playing with a loaded deck. A coach that brought players in, didn't develop them, had a terrible locker room culture. You got to get rid of that culture to do anything.
There you go. The brick don't lie.
The ball don't lie. You can watch those players and tell who's a baller and who's not. And most of those ballers are on that team are freshmen and sophomores. Yeah. I'm okay starting every freshman and sophomore and just let them play. Get them experience. Lose out. Who cares? You're not playing for anything anyway.
At least there's an excuse.
There's an excuse. You let the guys play that can play ball. Get all these and put them on the spot. Look, if you're not going to show up, strap up, and go, just get out. You're at game 4 now. You can literally transfer, take a red shirt, and just go on. We don't want you. But let them have time. I know we don't want to hear it's another year. We're at least 2 years away from competing on anything. At least 2.
That's the best thing I've heard any Tennessee fans ever said is we're at least 2 years out.
At least 2 years.
I agree with that.
It's not a next year thing. It's not this is the year. It's nothing. We're at least 2 years away from competing.
Right.
And if you change coaches again, you just pushed yourself out at least 4 more years to competing.
Yep.
I know we all want to say Nick Saban took over and won a national championship his second year. He had players. That team had good recruits. The team developed well. He came into a good situation. Do you think Saban would have walked into a bad situation? No. The game plan's been good. It's not the coaching. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. It ain't the X's and the O's. All right. Now, to digress, to my other two alma maters. Memphis is going to be 4-0 after this week. Middle, you better learn how to stop the run. You couldn't stop the run against Duke. They're a passing team. They ran the ball all over you. This weekend at Iowa, those big cornbread mamma jammas are about to play old school 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. And it's going to be like in the first quarter, it's going to be like 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. In the second quarter, those will be turned into 6 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards. Third quarter, they're now 12. Fourth quarter, they're now 20. I'll be surprised, even though Iowa's just going to run the rock, I'll be surprised if it is not a 50-7 game or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. They didn't look good against the run against Duke. That was sad.
Against Duke.
Right.
They're not a running team. Iowa is a running team.
All right. So we'll see.
All right.
They'll pick it up.
My Falcons are terrible. They play the Titans this weekend. Due to my Falcons being so terrible, I don't know. The Titans aren't good. The Falcons aren't good. They may end up in a tie.
The Saints are good still.
Still.
Steelers are terrible this year.
Who's it? Is it Cowboys and Saints this week?
I don't know. If the Saints could lose every game, that'd be spectacular.
It might be a good game.
Drew Brees broke every finger, so.
Yeah, but they said he's recovering well, so
Yeah.
that's the Raiders. They didn't show up yesterday, did they?
Didn't happen to do well.
Yeah. The Falcons are the same as UT. They have one thing go bad, and it's like the whole game's off the rails. Yeah. Matty Ice threw a pick down in the red zone yesterday in the first half, and it was like it was over for him. Mm-hmm. The Colts got up 2 touchdowns or something, and the Falcons fought back in the second half, but it was like too little too late. It was like, why'd y'all, like, literally after the interception, y'all quit for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you started playing again.
Catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's with the Raiders. It was just,
All right, I'm going to make another comment about the NFL before we move on. All this, like, tanking for Tua and suck for the duck and all this stuff, there needs to be a penalty if you are purposely tanking your season for a first-round draft for any sport. Look, it's not fair to your fans. It's not fair to your current players on the roster to literally not compete to get a first. First of all, that first overall draft pick's not guaranteed.
Right.
Look, I'm a Tennessee fan. Ask about Heath Schuler.
I have his autograph.
Yeah. What's the big offensive lineman from Michigan? That big
Tony Mandrich.
Tony Mandrich. Yeah. Bust.
Andre Ware.
Andre Ware.
Go down a list of people.
Marcus Mariota. Let's see, all the quarterbacks that the Titans have drafted. Jake Locker.
What was it? One of the Raiders linemen, Gilly or Gatlin.
Oh, what about Jamarcus Russell, the Raiders quarterback?
Oh,
why we got to stay on the Raiders?
For an arm, though.
Oh, he was incredible, man. He just
can't.
Menzel.
He can throw.
Let's get off the Raiders.
Get off the Raiders. No, but seriously, something has to be done about this. It's not fair to the fans. What you're charging your fans.
It's not fair to the people coming out of college.
Right.
You're the first round pick, and you're going to go to some garbage team. They need to do like the NBA and have a lottery.
A lottery.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure how baseball does, but if you can rig to where you can get the first pick.
Well, remember the Knicks when the Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing, they were accused of rigging that, had frozen their lottery ball or something like that. So it was the first up, and it was guaranteed them to get Patrick Ewing. The Knicks were accused of it. So that something's got to be done.
Yeah.
Just to be fair, and what does that tell you about your competitive spirit if you're willing to tank every game?
Right.
And what's the difference in that what Pete Rose did?
Right. Because for some of these guys, it's the beginning of their career, literally purposely losing. So that says a whole lot about the leadership on those teams.
So, all right. So that's that. What's your list?
Buchanan Estates out there. It's on a corner lot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2700 Cliffside Drive, Nest neighborhood. Beautiful house, nothing being built behind it, a big field out behind there. And it just hit the market Saturday, ready for tours. Reach out to me or check it out on my site, bradfowlerc21.com.
All right, I'm going to spotlight 6320 Paperbark Court. It's about and it's $20,000 less than the exact same house being built right now. So you're getting a $20,000 discount plus the cost of the fence. So you're $28,000 less than a brand spanking new house with the same amenities.
Barely over a year
old.
And
it's maybe 18 months old.
Yeah.
So what a discount, buying in with equity, and it's